Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Garden a Little. This is Agatha and Seema giving you a garden tour of a garden, backyard garden, raised beds in zone 6A. And I want to show you what's been going on. It's been pretty neglected, so if I can do it, you can too. Over here, we're going to start off with something very exciting. I think I'm actually going to have spaghetti squash this year. It's going amazing. Got a couple of other female flowers on their way, but I am watching out for squash bugs because I have been trying this over and over again. I'm not kidding, for years, and with no success because squash bugs get to them. But look at that. Maybe we'll get some stuff. Hopefully that was pollinated. Dang it. Here on the other side of the bed, I got my buena mulatas, guys. They are coming in very nicely. Love that. My family loves buena mulatas, not just by the looks of them, but the heat that they bring. It doesn't burn your stomach. It just gives you enough heat. Side of the trellis, we got an accident. My cucumber has been pulled up, so it's dying. And then a bean was pulled up here as well. These are my fava beans, so it's also not making it. So pretty sad, but these fava beans right here are loaded. Look at that. Loaded. I'm so excited for these. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Zucchini has exploded. No flowers yet, but I'm sure they will come. Milkweed is dying back. I have not seen any monarch butterflies yet, but lots of pollinators have been enjoying it. I got a couple of beets in here, a couple of radishes, more milkweed. This side I got cucumbers growing. I have a few baby cucumbers. We'll wait until they mature. Her has been disappointed with the strawberries because every time she comes out here, she's looking out for more berries and there's just none. There's none to find. It's not their season. My tomato bed has been doing absolutely amazing. There has been a few diseased plants. For example, this one. You can kind of see curled leaves like these. I don't let that bother me. We're just keeping it going. This is the Black Beauty tomato. It's not my favorite. It's nice conversational piece, but you know, nothing too special as far as the taste goes, so I'm not too mad about this. Then we have a couple of slicers, Tiger, Oregon, Florida tomatoes, generic red tomatoes. And then down here we have our blush tomato, our family favorite, and then hopefully sun gold tomato. We'll see. Those were saved seeds, and if you save the seeds, there is high possibility of cross-pollination things. Middle, I got a volunteer tomato plant from last year. Have no idea what it's gonna be, so I'm curious to see, but more or less organized tomato bed. This bed, I call this my Germany bed. This is where I planted seeds that originated in Germany. A couple of tomato plants. They have been going crazy, and look at this, guys. Do you see that? Do you see those little ridges? It's been so humid that the tomatoes are literally forming the roots to bond to the air. There's another one. And my peppers, they are doing good. These are paprika peppers. Rhubarb exploded. It's actually kind of interesting to find out that rhubarb, even now when it's flowered and it's freaking hot, it is still sweet. It's still that tart flavor. I did not know that. The butternut squash bed has absolutely taken over. I am so glad that I only planted a few plants in here because they are loving it. I actually trimmed it quite a bit back. No squash yet, but usually melons and squashes, they start off with male flowers everywhere before female flowers come along and form fruit. Агата, оно еще не созрело. Не бери еще. This girl loves her tomatoes and she is patiently waiting for a ripe tomato. I don't know how much longer her patience can wait, but she's been a really good girl, not ripping off the green tomatoes. Moving on to one of my back beds, guys. Look at this Kazakh melon. This melon seeds originate from Kazakhstan, my birth country. So this plant was very special to me. I sowed, I think 4 or 6 seeds, and only 2 survived. So I planted the 2 in here, and they were not looking good. If you remember, they were not looking good. And finally, look at that, they completely exploded. I see a few female flowers on here, so good news. Hopefully we'll get some Kazakh melons and we'll taste what is the hype all about. Yeah? Next to the Kazakh melons, we got our green beans. They're looking good. Looks like we have bush beans. That's what I wanted. A couple of tomato plants. My jalapenos are doing amazing. I usually don't have that much success with jalapenos, but they're doing good. Zinnias, I cut back a few of them. A couple of blossoms are already on my kitchen. You see how my radish is flowering? That is exactly what I wanted. I want it to flower. It will form the pods and it will form the seeds for more radishes to be planted. But look at this absolute monster. Look at that. Boom. That is that is hard. You don't want to eat that, that's for sure. Another I think that might be a buena mulata or maybe a black Hungarian pepper. I think it's a buena mulata, and so is this one. My celosias are finally flowering. Look at that, took them forever. And then my gigantic volunteer sunflower. Every single year, without fail, I have random sunflowers popping up in my garden. I have intentionally sown them once, but now they just keep on popping up, and I don't mind it. I leave the sunflowers, at least 1 or 2 sunflowers. If they're healthy, I'm gonna leave them. I don't collect the seeds, so obviously the birds eat it or drop it on the ground, and they just come up the next year. So I don't mind it. They're beautiful, amazing, and they come up year after year, meaning that the seed is acclimated to this conditions, to this climate, so it's only gonna do better and better. Moving on to this bed, here is my sad little cauliflower. It is flowering, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and save this for seeds. None of them really formed big heads, so I did not harvest. I only had 3 that went to head, so 1, 2, and then 3 over here. I harvested quite a bit of kale, as you saw me doing. You obviously see the damage from the worms here. More kale is coming up. You see how heat resistant this Russian red kale is? I love that. I love that. I'm definitely gonna grow this variety, and I think I might just let this one go to flower and to seed. That way I can collect it. Here are my lettuce going to seed. Somebody else refers to plants going to seed. It means that they're going to different stage of their life cycle. So lettuce, for example, when you want to eat it is when it's nice and young, sweet, not bitter, not hard, very soft, juicy. Once that stage has passed over some time and with different temperatures, it's gonna grow a big stem like this. Once it grows the stem, it is no longer tasting sweet and tender. It's gonna get harder and it's gonna get more bitter. And the plant is gonna divert the energy to forming flowers and seeds for the next cycle of life. So when I say go to seed, I'm just waiting for those flowers, and for those seeds, I'm gonna collect them in some Ziploc bags, and they're ready to plant either in fall or next season. Next to this greenery, we have more zucchinis. Again, no flowers yet, but I do see a little bit of a baby going on here. Another buena mulata. Zlata radishes that I have to harvest. They're looking great. Look at that. I don't even have to like pull it. They're just like already pulled up, basically. I got my sun gold tomato here. More buena mulatas. I got more celosias. These are obviously pink. This one's not really flowering, so I don't know. Sage is coming up. Tarragon is coming up. Thyme, cilantro, chives came back. Basil died, so no basil. oregano, dill. I sowed a ton of dill, but it's just not doing too well. I'm gonna save the seeds, and hopefully the seeds from these will do better. Got parsley. If you can hear this, it is almost 4th of July. So we are hearing fireworks, even though that it's broad daylight. Can't see them. So happy Independence Day to you guys. Garden has exploded. I love sharing it with you guys. Thank you so much for all your warm comments, suggestions, support. I can't wait to introduce my second baby to my love of gardening, because this one has taken to it. I hope I get to enjoy this time with her and teach her where the food comes from, how to grow your own food if you need to, and just enjoy the nature and how to take care of things that you own. So I hope I encourage you guys to go garden a little, and I'll see you next time. Bye.